Alright, so this is going to be my first broadcast of my new channel called the Illuminati Knight. And I have been waiting a long time to make a YouTube channel. I've been on Facebook and I've done interviews for the last, 5 years. I've been involved in uncovering the truth for the last 10 years. But now I am finally coming forward with this channel at this time because of everything that's going on in this world. And it is very clear what is going on in this world. And that is a dimensional shift with a complete breakdown of the what they call the Matrix and the old world order and the elite and the cabal's system. And I am here to definitely explain what's going on right now in the world, because the truth is, unless you're in the highest levels of military intelligence, you're actually seeking the truth, or you are a light worker, or a light warrior, or a hybrid extraterrestrial on this earth, you're not going to know what's going on because you will still be plugged in to the old system. And what is going to happen here very soon is everybody is going to come unplugged. And I am definitely representing the Illuminati, the real Illuminati on this earth, the Gnostic Illuminati. And the Illuminati are the keepers of the Grail and the path to the Grail. And what I am endeavoring to do is to give knowledge of that path through my experience, which I have experienced and done. And I've actually written a book that's published called Son of the Morning, which goes through definitely my first part of my experience into enlightenment. But I am now writing another book called I Will Fight No More Forever, which is definitely going into the second part of my enlightenment experience and my traveling the path to the Holy Grail and actually becoming one of the Illuminati. And the first thing I'm going to talk about, which is the most important thing, is obviously the hero's journey. And the Illuminati teachings, which they do hold the secret religion of illumination, which I will be explaining very deeply in videos to come. But part of that secret religion is the hero's journey and understanding the hero's journey and understanding a soul's path that one takes in the hero's journey if one chooses to. And if one does choose to, that is the way to actually finding the real organization of the Illuminati and those that have traveled the path of the hero's journey. And in the path of the hero's journey, the first step is obviously the world of common day. And the world of common day is the world that most people are stuck in right now. They're in Groundhog Day, monotonous drudgery. Everything's the same every single day. No one can get out of this world. It's a world that keeps you enslaved and entrapped, and you you will keep on being enslaved and trapped until you choose to raise yourself up out of the world of common day. And many movies actually do, they do outline the hero's journey, but the most prevalent one is The Matrix. And in The Matrix, obviously in the beginning, Neo is, he's trapped in his job, his everyday world where he's slaving away. He's underneath control. He does not have freedom. And it's the illusion of freedom. But he knows that something's wrong. And he obviously chooses to find out what is really going on. And those souls that actually choose to get out of the world of common day will then go on to the next step, which is called the call to adventure. Which that call to adventure definitely comes to all, but very few actually choose to answer the call to adventure. And in the Matrix, it can be seen as when Neo does meet Morpheus, because he is searching for the truth, and that does bring him to Morpheus, and then Morpheus does present him with the red and blue pill. And once Neo is introduced with the red and blue pill, he then chooses, to take the red pill, which leads him down the rabbit hole. And that is answering the call to adventure, because if he chooses to take the blue pill, he's going to go back to sleep, go back in the world of common day, be a slave, be doing the same thing that everybody else is doing, and not being an individual free at all, and continue to be a slave. So he chooses the red pill and answers the call. And then once that happens, that does take him into the extraordinary world. Which the extraordinary world is a soul's crossing into the physical world, into the spiritual world. Which is obviously a whole entire another reality that is hidden from those that are experiencing the world of common day. And once the hero answers the call and goes into the extraordinary world, obviously he is in a world that is much more than he knew, and there is much more to this world than meets the eye. And when the hero finds that out, it can be very overwhelming. But fortunately, there is help, which is comes in the form of supernatural aid. And the supernatural aid can also be seen as meeting with a mentor. And the mentor obviously has knowledge of the extraordinary world and is basically tasked out to the hero to teach him about the extraordinary world. And once the hero is taught about the extraordinary world from the mentor, who's been in the extraordinary world, he is then ready for the road of tests and trials that he is going to experience in the extraordinary world. Then, once the hero goes through the road of tests and trials and is able to get through them, but obviously it is very arduous, he then has a meeting with the god or the goddess. And once that happens, the hero then actually gets into the stage of what is known as the temptation of the mistress, or the temptation of the mister. It is obviously a temptation once you meet with God, because you have met with God, you have realized the truth of God, and then you get the temptation that follows after that, because things aren't over yet once you meet with God. So then, once the hero is able to pass the phase of the temptation of the mistress, or the temptation of the mister, and this is obviously meeting with the anima or the animus. It's basically meeting with the mirror of yourself in this world. You then are able to, once you pass the temptation, you then receive the reward. And once the hero receives the reward, it can be very many things. And actually, in the Matrix, it was Neo getting knowledge of the Matrix and being able to manipulate it. But it does come in various forms for whatever's soul's journey is through the hero's journey. But once the hero passes the test of road of tests and trials, and then is able to then pass the temptation of the mistress, they then receive the reward. And then once they receive the reward, it is then the time to go back into the world of common day with what they have received in the extraordinary world, through getting through the extraordinary world. And once the hero goes back into the extraordinary world, obviously the hero is changed and not the same at all. And for those that are going through the hero's journey and escaping out of three-dimensional reality, it is very clear, once you've been in the extraordinary world, that you have been somewhere else, and that you are now a threat to the Matrix, because you now have the power to change it, because you have been somewhere else. And obviously, once you have done that, you are attacked by forces of the world of common day to try to bring you down and try to stop you from changing the matrix system of slavery, which people are in on a massive level. And but once you receive the reward in the extraordinary world, nothing can touch you anymore, and basically you are able to defeat anything that comes against you with ease, so that you can then finish your mission by coming back into the world of common day with your reward, to be able to show the world the existence of another world. And that is called the magic flight back in the hero's journey. And once you have completed the magic flight back and you have defeated the enemies that are attempting to stop you from making any sort of change in the reality of the Matrix, which is three-dimensional reality and enslavement, and continuing a loop that most people are not aware of, but those that actually escape out of it become aware of it, though. And then once you do that, obviously you then take it on as your duty to be able to inform other people of the existence of another world. So once the hero does the magic flight back, he then becomes the master of two worlds, because he has mastered the material world and he has mastered the spiritual world. So then he then becomes the master of two worlds. And after that, after becoming the master of two worlds, you obviously have achieved something that most souls do not achieve. Most souls don't achieve living in the fit. And I'm just going to show this right now because this is important, because this helicopter flying over me right now, yeah, that wasn't actually really a helicopter. That is actually an advanced CR3 craft that is capable of cloaking itself to look like whatever it wants to, and it is secret space program technology. And those that have been involved in the secret space program, especially my labs that are, which are military abductees that have been in the secret space program, like I have, they are constantly monitored by these craft. And I've been monitored by them for 10 years now that I've been aware of, but it's been my whole life. But I'm not even going to get into that because that is another part of my story that I'll be getting into in my own hero's journey. Because you will notice that in these videos in the future, I'll be pointing these things out all the time, because wherever I go, they are flying directly over me. Whether it be I be out in the forest, in the middle of the city, out, I could be anywhere and they'll fly over me. And I will explain the technology in the future here and future videos. But for this, I'll just continue the hero's journey, because there is a lot of information to get out right now, which I'm endeavoring to do because of what's happening right now. And that is what I am doing right now, is getting out the truth, because I am getting this dimension prepared for something that it has never, ever, ever witnessed before. So, master of two worlds. You become the master of two worlds, the physical world and the spiritual world. You can defeat enemies at ease with the reward that you received through going through the extraordinary world and going through the road of tests and trials. And then once you become the master of two worlds, you then achieve the freedom to live, the actual freedom to live, which is true freedom. And you actually learn what true freedom is, and not illusionary freedom, which is what the mass consciousness of this dimension is in deception of, is what freedom actually is. So that reality is definitely coming to this reality. And I'm definitely here to explain that. So, master of two worlds, then you have the freedom to live. And obviously, once you achieve the freedom to live, you can then demonstrate that to others so that they then can have the freedom to live through their own hero's journey. But a soul has to know about the hero's journey to even begin it. So, I just wanted to basically, for my first video, explain the hero's journey. And in my videos in the future, I will obviously be explaining my own path, my own soul's path in the hero's journey, and each step of it that I've taken, so that others can understand what the hero's journey is, and the relevance it has to achieving the Holy Grail, which is the secret that the real Illuminati actually keep. And those that are true seekers, those that actually choose to go the whole way, they will be contacted by the real Illuminati, who are of the light and not of darkness. Because those people that refer to the Illuminati as the dark cabal and the elite, basically the elite and the controllers and the powers that be, they have tainted the Illuminati's name and actually stolen it to keep people from actually knowing who the real Illuminati are. So that is part of the mystery that one has to have come to an understanding of and unveil in their path to truth. And I am here speaking on behalf of the Illuminati because I am one of the enlightened ones. So that is all for now, and I'm very happy and honored to get this first video out of my YouTube channel, because I've been waiting a long time for this time that's happening right now. And I am very excited about the future. So until next time.